back to the broadcast. Well, there's no doubt you've heard me talk about Koa Water here on the show before. It's a delicious new take on juice, actually. And the creator and founder is here to tell us more about it and how you can actually get your hands on some. Welcome, Adam Luris. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, so you boys at Koa know that I'm a huge supporter of y'all, and I just adore this product, and it's really exciting, and I'm so glad that you're finally here to explain it to people, because people ask me, and I go, okay, you're just going to have to hear Adam. Okay, so tell me this idea, and how did you come up with this idea for Koa Water? Dare I call it water?
Yeah, well, so it actually started as a very simple idea. What we were looking to do was simply take the sugar out of juice. You know, a lot of people don't realize that juice has a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
And I myself was one of those people. I was drinking probably 5 or 6 servings a day of just various juices. And
that you thought were healthy.
Thinking I was doing the right thing for myself, because I was focused more on the vitamin content and not so much on everything else that was in the product.
Okay.
And so somebody introduced me to the nutrition panel, and I just couldn't believe when I multiplied the servings times the grams of sugar that was in every product. I couldn't believe how much sugar I was consuming a day, and I actually tried to cut sugar out of my diet. So I was very surprised by how much sugar I was actually consuming.
So you were like, I could probably make a product that actually has the vitamins that I want in juice, but isn't juice and doesn't have the sugar. So tell me how this is made.
Yeah, funny enough, I was actually trying somebody else to make it, and I couldn't find it. And so I personally...
So you looked on the marketplace, and you were like, there's nothing else like this.
There's nothing else like this, so we went out to set out to try to make it happen. So it's actually more simple than people might think it is to make the product. You actually start as a juice. So we have 9 fruits and vegetables that go into every bottle of Koa, and you squeeze them just like you would to juice. And when you start with juice, what we actually did was we zoomed in at the molecular level of what's in juice. Right? What makes up the color? And fruits and vegetables. What makes up the color? What makes up the taste? All these things. And when you actually, if you could put them on a spectrum and you could see every single particle all the way down to the microscopic ones, all the way down to H2O, what you find out is actually the vitamins and minerals are the next closest size particle to H2O. And so what we developed was this clarification process that we borrowed from olive oil and white wine clarification. And we actually figured out how can you take out all the stuff that you don't want and keep all the stuff that you do.
Okay, this is fascinating to me. When you talk about molecular levels, okay, so you're taking fruits and vegetables, but then where does the rest of the fruit go?
Right, so that's a great question. I think a lot of people think that we're growing fruit to then take everything away.
To then squeeze it, and then you throw it all away. Oh, and here's a great little graphic for us, how the breakdown of it all.
And the reality is, if you really stopped and think about it, you know how much fruit costs. There's no possible way we could actually make this an affordable product if that was the case. The reality is, there are so many products out there that are being made today from an orange, for example, like cleaners. They actually use the spongy stuff inside of the orange rind to make drywall, the barbecue sauces. Juices obviously is one of the most popular things, but what people don't realize is in the process of taking out the things that these companies need to make their products, they actually waste a lot of the other pieces of the fruits and vegetables.
So you're kind of like essentially like recycling things that would go that would be kind of thrown away.
We call it reclaiming.
Yeah,
so
reclaiming. I love that.
They're perfectly natural. They're part of the process today, but no one has found a use for it. So these two ideas kind of married with each other. I was looking for how do I take the sugar out of juice? They were looking for how do we not waste all of the fruits and vegetables when we try to make other things? And Koa just kind of came together at that perfect moment.
And then this is kind of the crazy thing about Koa is you call it a juice, but it actually tastes like water,
Correct.
which I love. So this can replace not only people's juice in their refrigerator, but can also replace their water that's in their refrigerator.
So we absolutely love juice. We actually work with...
It's like the best love child ever.
Right. So, we actually love juice. We're working with a great place in Dallas called the Juice Bar, and we're very supportive of juice. But juice is just, you kind of want to limit it.
Right.
You don't want to drink it all day like I was doing.
Right. And so why Dallas? Y'all kicked this project off here in Dallas, being men from Dallas. But why Dallas to launch this? Why not a different market?
Yeah. So I think a lot of people outside of the Texas community don't realize just how special Texas is in terms of the green movement. I think Texas gets a bad rap for whatever reason, and the reality is, Whole Foods was started in Texas. The Don't Mess with Texas campaign was the largest recycling campaign of all time and the most successful of all time. So we actually just felt like, let's represent Texas and let people know that not everything great has to come out of California, although a lot of great products do.
That here in Dallas, that we can actually start a movement here.
Absolutely.
That is kind of unexpected.
Absolutely. People aren't expecting it.
So you've told us all about this. So how do we get our hands on Koa? Like, where can we try some?
So we're in several locations around Dallas. City Surf came on a segment not too long ago and was here. We're there. We're at the Juice Bar, as we said.
One of my favorite places, Southpaws.
Southpaws, yes. We're in Balsa Mercado. But we're actually making our national launch right now on a website called Kickstarter. And for those of you out there that want to support us and try to push this movement, if you go to koakickstarter.com.
And here's a graphic of that, of all y'all's backers and how much money you've actually raised so far in just a week.
Exactly. And so the more backers we have, the better chance we have of succeeding. We have to get to $50,000 or it's not successful. It's an all or nothing campaign.
I love this.
And so for us, it's really important to really send the message from Texas that we can do big things here and that
because we do know that everything is bigger than Texas.
Everything is bigger than Texas.
And I have no doubt that our Dallas neighbors and friends are going to help y'all support y'all, and you can find that at koakickstarter.com, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, when we come back, guys, we are going to take a very interesting comparison look at Koa Water versus all that other bad stuff that you might find in the juice and the beverage market. So stick around for that. It's going to be really exciting.